welcome to my March TBR video. Today I'm just going to talk about the things that I'm hoping to read in March. It's a little bit of a longer month than February, which is really nice. So I am hoping to read more books than I did last month. My goal is 10, but I'm not going to show 10 books because I'm not completely sure what I want to read necessarily. Like, I do have some books that are definitely happening this month, but sometimes I just am a little bit of a mood reader and I just kind of go for whatever I happen to be feeling like in the moment. Right now I'm on like a major fantasy kick and I'm loving it and like just loving everything that I've read. So I feel like most of the things that I pick up are going to be fantasy reads, but I may throw a contemporary book in there at some point. We'll see. So the first book that I'm going to read this month is The Girl at Midnight by Melissa Gray. I actually already did read this and it is so good, but I'm not going to tell you about it now because I have a review coming and I also will talk about it in my March wrap-up video. The second book that I'm going to read is another one that I actually did read again and is amazing, like mind-blowingly amazing, is The Crown of Midnight by Sarah J. Maas. It is the second book in the Throne of Glass series and oh, it's so perfect. And like the moment that I ended, I really wanted to pick up the next one, Heir of Fire, which I have sitting back there on my bookshelf. But this really exciting thing happened, and that is an ARC of A Court of Thorns and Roses. Oh my god, it's Sarah J. Maas's new series, and it is a Beauty and the Beast retelling, but it is supposed to be like so good. They compare it to Game of Thrones. A lot of times I don't like take a lot of stock in when they compare books to other books because I like things to kind of be their own thing, but everyone that I know who has read this already just like raves about it nonstop, and like this cover is just so beautiful and I can't believe that I'm holding this in my hands early because it doesn't come out until May 5th, so this is for sure the next thing on my list. The next book that I'm planning on reading is The Winter's Crime by Marie Rutkowski, and this is the second book in the Winter's trilogy. I read the first book in February and I really liked it. It took me about like 50 pages or so to really get into the story and into the world, but once I did, I really enjoyed it. So I've heard that this one is like way better than the first one, which is hard to believe because I really liked the first one. So looking forward to reading this. And I actually went to the event. Marie Rutkowski was at McNally Jackson last week in Soho in New York City. So I got to meet her and pick up a finished copy of the book, got her to sign it. So I'm really excited about this one. The next book that I'm planning on reading is a reread. One of the things that I promised myself this year is that I'm really going to try to reread some of my old favorite books because I love rewatching movies and TV shows, but I always feel guilty when I'm rereading books instead of reading something new, and I want to just like separate myself from that feeling because I don't think that I should feel guilty about it. If I enjoy something, I should read it again, and I know that I'm not going to be able to read every book in the world in my lifetime, so I just have to like kind of like accept that and whatever. So the one thing that I promised myself that I would reread this year is the Harry Potter series by J.K. Rowling because this series like changed my life and I just love it. So I'm going to start again in March with Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. I may try to read like one a month or something until the end of the year, but knowing me, I probably am going to be just like so excited about it that I will probably read more than one in a month, and who knows how quickly I'll finish this. The next book that I want to read is Veronica Mars, Mr. Kiss and Tell. This is the second book in the Veronica Mars series. The first one was released last year. It's written by Rob Thomas and Jennifer Graham, and it is just such a like faithful continuation of Veronica Mars that it's just really good. And I know the first audiobook was done by Kristen Bell. I don't know about the second one, but if it is, I think I might try to get my hands on the audiobook too, because I think it would be really fun to just like hear her telling the story because I'm used to her narrating it. Even though like I hear her voice in my head when I'm reading, I still just think that it might be more fun to listen to it. The next book that I'm planning on reading is My Fair Lady. This is by Laura Wetterston. And this is a book about a girl who has all these plans for the summer. Then she finds out that her boyfriend is cheating on her and she starts working at a Ren fair. So it's just not like really what she was expecting at all from her summer, and I think that it's going to be really interesting. I've only been to one Ren fair in my life, but I had a lot of fun there, and I really would like to go to more of them. So I think it would just be interesting to like read more about it from someone's perspective before I necessarily go, so that I can kind of see what to expect and just like get more familiar with the culture. And the last book that I'm promising myself that I will read this month is Sword Art Online, Anne Crad. This is the first book by Reki Kawahara in the Sword Art Online series. I watched the anime and I loved it, so I really want to read this. It's not actually manga, it's considered to be a light novel, so it is mostly like words, but there are some illustrations here and there. So I'm excited. This person creates this game and everyone's like super excited in Japan for it. They all line up and get their hands on copies, and then as soon as the game debuts and everyone signs on, the programmer programmed something into it so that everybody's actually stuck in this game, and if they die in the game, then they die in real life too. I think it's just such an interesting concept because I love games, and I can't imagine like, you know, living your life as a game and being stuck in there. And like I said, the anime was really good, so I'm really looking forward to picking this up. So that is my March TBR. It's a little bit ambitious, but like I said, I read about 2 of them so far, and I know that I'm just gonna like blow through A Court of Thorns and Roses, and I'm sure that I can read Harry Potter in one sitting because it's just so good. So anyway, yeah, that's it, and I will see you guys soon with another video. Bye! A little bit ambitious, but like I said, I read about 2 of them so far, and I know that I'm good. I can talk.